153. We say in the daily Parsha Insight, we spoke today in the Aliyah about how Aaron took the incense on the fire pan, the censer it's called, and atoned for the people. Let's talk about incense. What's this incense? Why is it so holy? Smell is the most, of the five senses, it's the most metaphysical, it's the most spiritual. Why? It can transport us to the loftiest levels of consciousness, and you can, to the point it can restore consciousness to people who have fainted. I don't know what ChatGPT has to say about it. Is that what's the most? Let me ask. What is the most sublime of the five senses that would be the most spiritual? Let's see what they say. So, of course, ChatGPT knows me, so they always answer the way they answer a Chabad rabbi. A common hierarchy says the sight is the most concrete and powerful. Hearing is more inward. Taste is about internalization. Touch is the most physical. But smell is the most refined physical sense. If you want some logic of that.
Stunkener.
Most refined physical sense?
Most refined physical, it's a physical sense at the end of the day. It's the most refined. Why? So they quote Chassidus Kabbalah, it provides pleasure without material taking anything into the body. Right? It doesn't, I guess it takes very minimal. According to the sages, the soul benefits from the smell.
Smell, I like the myrtle tree on Sukkot, the myrtle branches.
Smell, according, was not involved in the sin of the tree of knowledge. Just it says she saw the fruit, so it still retained a certain spiritual hierarchy. Interesting. I'm just looking. It's hard because I wonder, according to that maps out with the way science views how smell works. But regardless, so according to Torah, smell is the most refined physical thing. It's the most spiritual of them. And that's why, and there for this reason, incense, which is a smell offering, expressed the most spiritual, refined bond we have with God. When this lofty experience of oneness with God is balanced by humble submission to his will, it is positive. When it outweighs our devotion to God's will, it becomes suicidal and therefore negative. Interesting.
Say that again.
There's something called ratzoi and shuv. Ratzoi is the longing for God. Shuv is the staying put to do mission. So smell is really, in a way, nadav and avihu, incense. It's the longing. It's the most it's the most spiritual part of yourself activated. That's longing, but it has to be coupled with devotion to doing it despite the comfort. Thus, when incense was offered up out of selfish desire to escape reality and responsibility, Nadav and Avihu and Korach and his guys, it proved fatal. The antidote to this misguided suicidal drive is to channel it positively by persistently choosing to give up our lives, our selfish involvement with unholy enticements, in favor of Torah and studying Torah with humility. The Torah becomes part of us and will remain with us.
Wow.
In other words, you don't choose. This is fascinating. That's fascinating. This is from the Tzemach Tzedek, or HaTorah and Shemot. Very interesting. I'm not familiar with this. The fact, basically, extreme spiritual seeking is a very, very powerful part of us. It's probably one of the most powerful parts of the soul. But it can prove fatal if you're doing it in a selfish way. So therefore, how do you know if you're doing it in a good way? Are you choosing spirituality that is not self-serving, but it is God-serving? Then it's the coupling of this most refined part of our soul, the smell, which represents the longing of the soul. But in fact, it's not selfish. It's coupled with being longing for doing what God wants, as it says in Pirkei Avot, make his will your will. right? Make His will your will. Like it's not about you can be crazy seeker, but is it what God wants or is it what I want? The Torah becomes part of us and will remain with us, which is